southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelor's Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
And good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Monday, March 8th episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Hope you're having a great Monday already. Don't wait for me to have one, all right? Anyway, glad you're here. Hope the weekend went well for you. We had some adventure this weekend, all good. And just want to say our usual thank yous. Thank you to Geek Insider for powering this show. Thank you to our daily sponsor, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Thank you very much for sponsoring this show. Folks, when you need good graphics, when you want to sell your work, you need a great cover. And Jeffrey Hayes is the guy to contact about it. Also, if you need promotional graphics, if you need some sensational trailers like you saw that started this show, contact Jeffrey Hayes at plasmafiregraphics.com. Also, check out his Facebook page, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. All right. Excuse me. And also a big shout out to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. I am indescribable. We haven't even been around for 2 months, I don't think. And already I am indescribably proud of these wonderful, wonderful broadcasters. Please take a quick screenshot and know that this is going to change. We've got a brand new show coming up this coming Friday, Drinking with the Davies at 6 p.m. Eastern time. All times are in Eastern, and you know where you live. You can do the math on the rest. Anyway, check out 6 p.m. brand new show, Drinking with the Davies, when Ted and Chrissy Davies get together and show you how to imbibe not just responsibly but deliciously. They've got some healthy takes on classic drinks, and we'll show you some mixed drinks that maybe you haven't seen in a while. Excuse me. So please check that out. Drinking with the Davies at 6 p.m. this coming Friday night. And as far as our schedule tonight, tonight we've got me. That's it. I'm the Monday show. And tomorrow, though, is going to be busy at 10 a.m. Ted Talks is going to have another great interview. Then 6 p.m., our brother from another planet, Christian Basil, is going to have another great episode of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. And I will be back on tomorrow with another clever title pending. Oh, boy, we're going to have fun. We're going to have Brian Rodman on talking about his Kickstarter campaign for Memoirs of an Angel. He's at the halfway point. What's it like? Grill him about the emotional highs and lows. And also don't forget our special show this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, full night on Thursday, starting out with Comic Book Spectrum with myself, Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rahman. And we've got a great discussion topic about growing the industry. So please check it out. And as always, thank you to our Patreon subscribers you see there. Thank you to brand new subscriber, Brian Hawkins. Appreciate your climbing aboard the Madhouse wagon here. Anyway, please consider joining me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. You get all kinds of cool stuff. Just $1 gets you a mention on all my shows, all my audiobooks, all my comics, my novels, you name it. We'll mention you. That's good for the ego. And if for $5 or more, you get sneak peeks at work in progress. $1 also gets you, but $1 also gets you our weekly blog. We're going to try to ramp that up more than once a week. So please check us out, all right, on Patreon and support all these people because they have Patreon accounts too, and they're awesome. And also, if you're watching us on Kathy Jackson's books or the Rising Tide Publications page, be sure to not only like the video if you enjoy any part of it, but please, please, please like the page you're watching it on as a thank you to your host. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, we just passed 460 subscribers. Thank you very much, and we would love more. Because the more people we get, the more we can spread your messages out, all right? When we mention you, when you promote, hashtag always promote. And so anyway, please check out our YouTube channel. Also, the sound and picture quality are a little bit better there, too, than Facebook, just saying. And thank you to Willow Schuyler and the Hanging with Web Show Network for helping promote us every day. We appreciate you guys greatly. Please check out their amazing array of shows. They are awesome. And now let's get to your comments. We have done the falderall long enough. Who was first today? It was Trevor Hawkins. Good morning, all. And how are you and Superman getting along? 8:37 a.m. Trevor, I told Trevor about the Superman Funko Pop, which is about this big. It's a Maxi Funko thing. But anyway, I got one for my birthday. And Trevor thought that was a thing of beauty, so I encouraged him to go get his own, and he did get one. And Cookie and I were checking for him. We checked I think it was 3 Walmarts on our trip Saturday, and Saturday was a fun day. We actually went to a comic book show. We went to QuadCon in Peoria because, of course, author Michaela Jade was there. We ran into Lonnie and Jessica Johnson of Heroes for Kids Con, which, by the way, they have a Facebook page. They still have a few tables available, so please check it out. It's very reasonably priced, trust me. And you're going to get a good audience down there. And we ran into one of my buddies, David E. Laker, over there. Got to see him. And John Clark, a fantastic costumer. And it was so good to see him. Made our day. And then we found the Pizza Shack, and all was well. But anyway, where's that thumbnail artwork from, Brian? Definitely where it looks golden age. For this show, this was from... for the one today, it was one of my favorite comics ever. It was Thunder Agents #7 from the original Tower run. And that was the cover of it, featuring No Man, the immortal Thunder Agent. And Thunder, for those of you who don't know, was Thunder Agents was a strip created by Wally Wood. And he brought in all kinds of great friends to help work on stories, including Steve Ditko, his assistant Dan Atkins, Larry Ivey, Dick Ayers, Reed Crandall doing some of the best work of his career. Reed Crandall, John Giunta, Ogden Whitney, of course. Ogden Whitney drew a lot of No Man stories for Tower. It was just and that particular issue was the first time I'd seen a character die in comics. It was Menthor, and it still affects me to this day. It was a powerful, powerful story. Beautifully done. But anyway, that was the cover by Wally Wood and I think Dan Atkins. And glad you liked it, Trevor, really. And holy moly, Trevor was here early, just coming on to say that I'd have to take my brother to the doctor to check how his foot is healing. We'll miss you all, but we'll watch later. Carl, good to see you, man. And you take care of yourself, and please take care of that brother of yours, all right? Give us a progress report, buddy. And Aunt Donna's going to miss today, too, due to a breakfast date with a friend. With those 2 sentences, the show should end 30 minutes early. Hashtag you are welcome, Cookie. Hashtag enjoy your lunch. Carl, she would let me hang on if you were here, and Donna, but you two enjoy yourselves, and we'll expect a progress report later. You guys, love you both, all right? And Teresa Dunn, good morning, Brian, fellow Furthermorians. Teresa, hey, check out Teresa. This gal had an interview. She started her own interview show last Thursday with me as the guest as I was. And please check out this coming Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. And check out Teresa's brand new show and give her some encouragement, okay? And there's my man, Joe Dog McKeel. What's up, nerdies? What's wrong? Wait, wrong channel. I mean, Nevermorians. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, Joe Dog. I think you caught it either way. Grant Lankard is here. Good morning, folks. Good morning to you. And good luck, Carl. We agree with that, Grant. Hey, Grant, give us a progress report. How's Beowulf doing, all right? And prayers for your brother's continued healing Dark Pope from Trevor Hawkins and Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics. Good to see you as always, sir. Good Monday morning, Nevermorians. Suit up and make it a great week. You got that right, Jeffrey. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your ongoing sponsorship of our show. Ryan Permissive, thank you for sharing this show. I appreciate that. Please share this show on your pages if you would. Let the people out there know who you hang out with. Ignore me, but all the other Nevermorians. They're awesome. And Ryan especially so, Mr. Nerd Culture himself, saw your interview with Cindy Cap, shared it on my page last night. So good. That was really cool. And I like that your sponsor. I may have to order some. Good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? We are well. Hope, Brian, you are well as well. That would be well. No, it's well. Anyway, check out the latest episode of the podcast here on Anchor FM, episode 88 of that Nerdcast there. You got to check it out. Ryan, you're doing great work, man. So happy to see you, and so happy to see my other brother, Henri Compen. Sup, Brian? Henri, been following your adventures. You are hanging and banging with the best. Brother, it is good to see you. Much love for me and cooking. Wow, hope you and the family are doing well this Monday morning. Good to see you, man. I got to ask you on Clever Tile Pending one of these nights. I have been way bad about that. And Ryan, check out, and I quote with Cindy Kep in case you miss it. Yes, that was a fantastic show, Ryan. You and Cindy both did a great job. And Amy Hale, good morning, listening while I drive. Well, we are glad you're here. Drive safely, young lady. Both hands on the wheel, all right? Or at least one of them. Well, guide with your knees. Do what you want. Anyway, check out Amy Hale this coming Thursday on her YouTube channel. And that reminds me, I put out a request last night. I got to do some typing here. Yes, let's see. I've got most of my searches up here, and let's see. Let's check out Amy Hale's channel. Amy Hale needs 2 more subscribers. Do a search for author Amy Hale on not Facebook, but although she's got a Facebook page, and Amy Hale, author Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook, but please, and authoramyhale.com. But check out, do a search for author Amy Hale on YouTube. She is 2 subscriptions away from hitting 200. Let's get her to, can we get her to 200 this morning? I would really like to impose on you guys, and please do that, okay? Let's get her over 200, okay? Let's get her caught up with Christian, okay? Let's have Amy pass up Christian and Michaela, all right? But not me. Anyway, Ryan Permissive share. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you greatly, and I appreciate you, Eric Hawkins. Morning, all Dinoport forever. I saw that posted Uncle Carl's secret humor page, and of course, if I were some kind of fiend, I would probably add something to it. I probably will later. But anyway, Uncle Carl gave us a drawing an art assignment, and it's a dinosaur, and I wept openly with how well you guys have embraced, so to speak, the challenge, or at least, if not, at least tied it down and fed it roofies and done terrible things to it. But anyway, good to see you, man. Hope you're having a great morning. Eric is my co-host on Comic Book Spectrum Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And like I said, we have got a fantastic fantastic topic this week, and looking forward to discussing it. Jeffrey Hayes is tomorrow. Excuse me. Tomorrow, join us at 10 a.m. Eastern on for Ted Davies Artistry. TED Talks interviewing Jeff Hayes for an exclusive cover reveal of Mechanoid Press's War for Monster Earth. Oh man, I want that book already. Jeffrey Hayes, here is the YouTube link to Ted Davies Artistry. Check it out tomorrow at 10 a.m. I probably will be there, causing chaos wherever I go. But Jeffrey, that's great. I forgot you were going to be the guest, man. That makes me happy. So happy I had to have a drink of coffee. Anyway, check out Jeffrey Hayes. Check out plasmafiregraphics.com. And we talked about book trailers. I want to run this again because the man's earned it. But anyway, would you like something like this for your book or your comic book to advertise it? If so, contact plasmafiregraphics.com for something like Plasma Fire Graphics. Not only is Jeff Hayes real easy to work with, he's a sweetheart, but also you heard that beautiful music. It's digital rights management free. I mean, I can run that thing and not worry about being demonetized on YouTube. I don't have to worry about copyright strikes. I don't have to worry about copyright claims because Jeffrey Hayes takes care of that. So Jeffrey can take care of you and at very reasonable prices. My wife is very thrifty, and God bless her for it. When I ran Jeffrey's price card by her, she's like, "Yeah, go for it." So, all right, there's your clue. Cookie endorsed Jeffrey Hayes. That's all the people need to know. So please check out plasmafiregraphics.com. Thank you, Jeffrey, and we look forward to that interview tomorrow morning. We're looking forward to CromCon coming up soon. What do you mean? Only CromCon 2? Have you gone back in time, Pops? Is that it? Shouldn't you be up like around 12 or 13 or so? Anyway, Pops is the hand on the wheel for CromCon. It's an online weekend event every month. It's like having a comic convention, great panel discussions and all come to your monitor. It's great. Please check it out. I don't know if I'm going to be pushing for a place in the lineup this month, too. I've got a lot of work I've got to get done before spring. But anyway, Pops, please check out Pops Van Zandt. Check out The Madness with Pops Van Zandt and Comic Madness with Pops Van Zandt. And check out CromCon. You've got to. It is great. You'll see some familiar faces there. And Joe D. McPhee, good morning to you, brother. Here we go. Here's the link where you can buy your copy of Comics Unlimited #5 for Joe D. McPhee. Hey, that's you. Has a featured article. You can buy it on Amazon right then and there. Please check it out. I saw the ad for that. I shared it on my page this morning. We'll share it around later on today. But yeah, check out Comics Unlimited. If you're a fan of what we're doing on Comic Book Spectrum, check out Comics Unlimited. It's a great historical magazine about the history of comics. Wonderful, wonderful magazine. Really good stuff. You will enjoy it. You really will. And let's see, we just had the comment dump. Yay! We will catch up. We're going to talk fast this morning. And Ryan Permissive, if anyone has any book recommendations, I am looking for Western, sci-fi, noir, or fantasy adventures. DM me some links. Ooh. Yeah, Ryan is doing a great job, I will say. This is an unsolicited testimonial. The man is really immersing himself in all manner of geek culture, present and past. It's really wonderful. This man has gone through the Star Trek franchise. He's done a lot of great reading and really is hungry for more stuff. So please help Ryan out, would you please? All right. Ryan Permisson, favorite DC characters. Mine. Yeah, everyone, I want to please weigh in on this for Ryan's sake. Mine, of course, is Superman. He's the Mac Daddy as far as I'm concerned. I also like Metamorpho. There was a wonderful comedy strip back in the 60s called The Inferior Five. It was kind of like, what if the Justice League had counterparts who were completely incompetent at what they did? Like Merryman was their leader. He was dressed like a jester. Their muscle was a woman named, kind of a Wonder Woman type called Dumb Bunny. Not exactly a model for women's liberation, but also was it the White Feather, who was a crack archer, but he was terrified. He was a total coward. And the Blimp, he was their flyer, the Blimp. But anyway, no, great stuff. I tend to like the more obscure characters. Now, I have liked some runs of comics better than others. There's classic Batman runs, The Flash, all the great ones. Green Lantern, Green Arrow from the 60s and 70s was terrific. Characters, though, I like most of the Justice Society of America. I love the Spectre. If you ever get to read the issues by John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake, along with the Gardner Fox and Murphy Anderson runs, those were sensational. Who else off the top of my head? DC has so many great characters. In fact, I could be here all morning telling how many I really, really like and how many I'd love to write myself. So, but I think I'll get you started. We can talk more about it. And from the desk of a small press publisher who is looks remarkably like Joe D. McPhee. Morning, all. How are things, Brian? Joe, I am great. Congratulations on your article in Comics Unlimited. I'm really proud of you. And great interview the other night. Please check out Joe from the desk of a small press publisher on YouTube on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Great interview show always. And subscribe to the channel today for great nerdy content, culture channel right there. You got it. You want it. You need it. Please check it out. And let's see. I mentioned Amy. Somebody has subscribed to Amy Hale. Thank you very much. We need one more person to get over 200 subscriptions on her YouTube page there. And I want to see it happen. Okay. Please help her catch up with us. All right. Good. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan, you are terrific. I mean it, man. You're fantastic. And Charles F. Millhouse, you're pretty fantastic yourself. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Charles. Charles, I'm going to work on my video for you in the next couple of days. So send it to you for editing. So anyway, really enjoyed Clyde Halls. Clyde did a really good thing. And anyway, we're going to be doing some video, but we'll tell you more about that later. And Brian Rodman, the guest tomorrow night on our show, Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. I'm on cloud 9 this Monday morning. We unlocked our first stretch goal last night at $2,500 on his Kickstarter campaign for Memoirs of an Angel #7. I'll be announcing the next stretch goal later today. Help me get to cloud 10 and go check out the campaign for Memoirs of an Angel. Congratulations, my friend. I'm so proud of you. Please check out this wonderful, wonderful comic book. I really enjoy it. I'm not just saying it because Brian's a dear friend now. I'm saying it because it is so absolutely true. Also, check out the Dastardly Dingoes. I'm sure he'll mention it once or twice during the show. And he's awesome. Thanks for asking. Oh, I'm glad, Trevor. I'm so glad. Isn't it? Yeah, we got, like I said, the 12-inch Funko Pop of Superman. Man, that is a beauty. Seriously, I'm glad you got it, man. I really am. And buzzkill for your week from Joe Dog McKeel. Isn't that a great way to start your damn Monday? Anyway, this weekend is 1 hour shorter than every other weekend this year. Thanks, time change. I do expect you to make it up to me this coming November. As long as that happens, that's fine. Actually, I'm one of those people. I desperately, in my lifetime, would like to see daylight saving time go away. Excuse me. For those of you who don't know, daylight saving time started around World War I in an effort to conserve fuel. You know, people staying up late, turn on their lights, etc. And it's come to have this myth about it's for farmers, which it really isn't true. But the thing is, now we are a 24/7 society, and we're gonna burn the midnight oil anyway. So I would like to see it end. The only thing I think it's good for is checking your smoke alarms. That's about it. But anyway, Joe Dog, I will go shoot myself later knowing I'm losing an hour this week. And Henri Kanban, how was the Peoria show? Planning to come out to Madison in April. Cool. QuadCon was quite good. It was held at the Northwoods Mall, which I was wondering. This is in Peoria, Illinois. You know where Peoria is, I'm sure, Henri. But it was a good show. It was very well run. I am talking to the promoter about setting up at at least a couple more shows. Precautions were taken for COVID. Everyone was masked up. I did learn that one dealer was not and got reported. So good on the person reporting, and I trust that the promoter did his due diligence and ripped him a new one. So anyway, but no, and the traffic was really good. I'd wondered about the Northwoods Mall because I hadn't been there in 20 years. I used to set up doing back issue comic sales, not as well as you do, Henri, but it's just the same. And it was a really, really terrific mall. I think one of the nicest just south of I-80. In Illinois, but I had heard it had gotten a little rough. If it had, I saw no signs of it. Usually you can tell when a mall is on the skids, but this one was well packed. Most of the storefronts were occupied. They even opened one of the storefronts up for kind of an overflow room for gaming and some other dealers. But I was very impressed with it, Henri. I really was. But anyway, I'm looking forward to convention season starting. And it was so good because, like I said, Henri, I went there for one friend and to show some support and to check out the show to see if it might be a good fit. I'm also making sure there's somebody there. There is one person that makes the Midwest shows I don't like. I mean, I threatened to put him in the hospital last time I saw him, and I'm not prone to do that. But he insulted my wife and myself very, very much, and we weren't putting up with it any longer. So anyway, yes, Brian does have a temper, despite what I let you see on here. Anyway, we went and we were very impressed. And Henri, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the road, safely, of course, because you've got a family to take care of, man. You know, we got to keep them in mind all the time. But anyway, it's good to have you here, man. It's always a pleasure to see your name pop up in the feed here. And Mark Lerner, greetings from the prairie. Sydney is in the house. Sydney, how you doing, fella? Have you learned how to spell red rum yet? Anyway, good to have you here, Mark, and hope everything's going well. Love to the family. Please give everyone a hug for me. From the desk of a small press publisher, I wish I was brave enough to do a show. Have to think about the rest of the family, so I'm stuck to virtual cons for now. No, I understand it. I probably shouldn't be doing them, really. Excuse me. But I do, as things stand now, I should be getting my shot on the 28th of this month. That's one thing that annoyed me about Indiana. They're like, "Oh yeah, sign. Now you're eligible. Please sign up today and get your shot as soon as you can." And I couldn't get my shot for over a month. And this one I just happened to luck into. And they're like, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, come to this pharmacy. We will have shots." And it's like the Krogers in our area where we have been getting our prescriptions. We're all like, we don't know when we're getting our vaccines. But anyway. For those of you keeping track, Johnson & Johnson has a one-time shot. Excuse me. That is 100% has in clinical testing has been 100% effective against the fatal part of the myshorona myositis pandemic, but not quite as effective in keeping away symptoms. But it's still like 76%, something like that, which is better than the percent you get if you don't take it. And I read also over the weekend that somebody has maybe come up with an oral medicine for the myshorona myositis. So things are looking up, people. Stay strong, stay smart, stay safe. Molly Daniels, how are you, darling? Mwah, from YouTube. Good to see you, Don. I hope you're doing well. I saw that bill, and I hope you fight back. Seriously. And there she is, the lady who made our weekend, Michaela Jade. Michaela, mwah, hope you did well. Looking forward to hearing more about how you did at QuadCon. And I have a note into John, hoping to hear from him today. And Willow Schuyler, good morning, my friends. Good morning, darling. Mwah, to you. Thank you again, as always, for promoting us here on the network here. And thank you, Garrett at at the Hanging with Web Show Network. Please check out their amazing array of shows, such as Ryan here, pop culture maven Ryan here. He is doing so much cool stuff, man. It's really amazing, and he's really good at it too. And Willow, it's good to see you here as always. Mwah. And Lion Art, hello. Could we see some of your favorite Lion Art? Not mine. You can, well, you can see mine. I'm not exactly bragging about it, though, if you know what I mean. That's my Superman there. And if you want to see my, like my Wonder Woman, that's my Wonder Woman. But anyway, share, Lionheart, share, please. And Molly Daniels says, hi, Michaela, how's QuadCon? Did you sell everything? And Clyde Hall, no, good to see you. Clyde Hall's one of my people on Comic Book Spectrum this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Clyde says, no man rocks, much like our Nevermorians tackling a new week. Good morning, all. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Love that thing you showed. And Louis Longer, good to see you, Louis. Lewis, and excuse me, greetings from St. Louis, just finishing revising 2 novels in my YA superhero series set in the Pacific Northwest. Working on the 3rd novel. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Good man. And hope I run into you sometime soon. I really do. Travis Gibb, good to see you. Hey, Brian, the latest issue of Broke Down is live on Kickstarter. There's that link. Check it out. The 4th issue, complete the set. There we go. Hey, good to see you, Travis. And Michaela Jade, hey, Molly, QuadCon was fantastic. I will do every QuadCon I can. It was really great. And Brian Rahman says, I am so looking forward to being viciously harassed by all you clever Morians tomorrow night. We might talk about the Kickstarter. We may just giggle like mischievous children the whole time. Bring on your questions. My body is ready. It's not their questions that your body should have to worry about. But anyway, once you hear the buckles coming on, you know something's wrong. And we have a progress report from Grant Lankard. Beowulf is still going really well, but I had a negative day yesterday where cancellations outweigh new backers, but overall the Kickstarter is going well. Well, that's just I think I warned you about that, Grant. You will have people that drop out for whatever reason. Like I said, when we ran our campaign 3 years ago, and I've helped with several others, there's always going to be people that drop for whatever reason. A lot of times it's life happens. I had somebody drop out who, was a friend who from my campaign. And I thought, well, I appreciated his support, but why did he drop out? And I thought, I'm not even going to pursue it. I'm not going to hunt him down. I'm not going to take note of their name and tell everybody, that you're going to get revenge on something petty like that. But I don't know, I didn't hold a grudge, but I did have one person, I've said this story over and over, that pledged $500 and then dropped because he wanted that little ribbon at the time that said he was like a super user on there. And he was a user, all right, because he did the same thing to about 350 other people. And I reported him to Kickstarter, and apparently Kickstarter got on the wall, and because I don't see that jerk anymore. So anyway, Grant, it's gonna go down, but you're still strong. This is why a good start like you had, brother, is essential, because you're still above your nut. You're still above where you need to be to put out the book, and you still got half a month left, and the Nevermorians, I'm taking full credit for it. Anyway, because we got Grant off to a good solid start. Oh, actually, I say you guys did. Anyway, Grant, please keep us posted on it, seriously, because I think your journey is important to other people who may want to try the same thing. And Joe Dog McKeel says, still one of the best episodes. Don't blink. Blink and you're dead. They are faster than you can believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away, and don't blink. Good luck. Yeah. Definitely. I think that may be my favorite episode of Doctor Who. And it's the lady that plays Sally Sparrow on that. Her star has been rising ever since that movie happened. She's gotten a lot of really meaty roles, including there's one right now, blanking out on the name, but it's about a woman who's basically getting revenge on guys by basically setting them up. They think they're having a night of passion, but the opposite is true. But anyway, yeah, seriously, it is. If it isn't my favorite episode, it's in my top 3. There is just so much to love. For those of you who don't know, this is from the episode Blink, written by Stephen Moffat for Doctor Who, the David Tennant era. And it's about a woman and her boyfriend who discover that there are aliens on Earth. that they look like statues. And when you look at them, they look just like statues until they get up close, because the minute you turn your head, they can move impossibly fast and they steal your time from you. And they make several other appearances later in the Doctor Who series during the Matt Smith era. Wonderful, wonderful monsters. Great stuff. And Charles F. Milhouse, favorite DC characters: Green Lantern, Zatanna, Firestorm, Sergeant Rock. Oh, hell, all the war characters. Oh, yeah. In fact, I was talking to Glenn B. Fleming about doing an article on Kirby's writing. And, Kirby gets dinged sometimes for his scripting, but he talked that way, so it seemed natural to me. But Kirby, saw himself not just as an artist but a writer as well, for coming up with a lot of the stories in the latter Marvel age that he worked on Thor and Fantastic Four, etc. Even did some scripting, like on Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and the Inhumans. Yeah, the Inhumans in Amazing Adventures. But when he went to DC, he started out doing all of his own writing, and he did a year's worth on Our Fighting Forces. You have a tough act to follow when you are following Robert Kanigher and John Severin on that book, and he pretty much ignored all the continuity, but told his stories, because Kirby was an infantryman during World War II, and he kept saying, he kept giving interviews saying that the U.S. military gave him a rifle, a uniform, told him to go kill Hitler. But he did a year's worth of some incredible heartfelt war stories I put them up there with like some of the best that Kanigher or Stan Lee or Gary Friedrich ever did, or Roy Thomas. Really good stuff. And I love the Haunted Tank too. I forgot about the Haunted Tank. That was a tank crew led by Jeb Stewart, and it was haunted by the ghosts of the original Jeb Stewart, who gave them advice and help, and great work on that one too. And Cindy Kemp, good morning to you. Mwah. Good to see you. CKOEPP.com. You're here early and I couldn't be happier. And please check out the interview from Ryan Permisson this weekend. I saw it, Cindy. You were fantastic. You did a great job. Happy International Women's Day to all the strong, creative ladies here. You all rock. Willow Schuyler, I fully agree. I agree completely. And you rock too, darling. You definitely include yourself in that, because Willow's Pillow Talk is a fantastic show. I catch it every time she does something. And Henri Compa says, I need to have you on virtual signings with Henri. Let's sell some of your wares. Henri, let's talk about it. And I need to have you on Clever Title Pending, man. You are a machine. And, I could talk Yi Sun Shin all day long with you. That is one of my favorite comics ever. But anyway, and Amy, I got you. Excellent, Henri. Excellent. Thank you, Henri. I appreciate that. Let's check Amy Hale. As I said, I would like to see her get 200 or more subscribers before the end of the show. And we are at 203. Thank you, Nevermorians. Anyway, that's fantastic. Please, let's get more on. I was about to say let's get more on Amy, but I think John would object. Anyway, let's keep it up. If you have not signed up for Amy Hale's YouTube page, in fact, I'm going to do something here. Copy, and you'll see it before I get to it. But check it out. Let's see. Sign up for Amy Hale's YouTube page. Thank you. Oh, that's very polite, Brian. Well, no, thank you. Anyway, please check it out. There is the link to Amy Hale's YouTube page. We've got her 203. Let's see how far we can push her upwards. All right. Thank you, Henri, and thank you everyone who has signed up for that page. I appreciate you all. Cindy Cap, how in the world are you? I am dandy. I got to go to QuadCon in Peoria this last Saturday. Cookie and I had a fantastic time, and we saw all kinds of friends over there. That was, and it was kind of funny because you see everybody else, elbow bumping, fist bumping, and I just, the first people we saw, we were looking for Michaela because we knew she would be there, but we saw Jess and Lonnie Johnson, and we're coming up and we're like, oh my God, look who it is, sort of thing. And I held out my arms and said, Lonnie, how safe do you feel? And he goes, get your ass over here. We just hugged like we hadn't seen each other in a year. How odd was that? But anyway, no, we had a great time and we were all safe and it felt good. It so felt good. I mean, I keep saying social distancing was a lot more fun when it wasn't mandatory. So anyway, it was a great time. And again, the people in charge of QuadCon, my congratulations to them for running what looked to be a really good show. Really had a good time. And thank you to Northwoods Mall for hosting. And Molly Daniels, Michaela J, that's awesome. And Joe Dog McPhee, and from the desk of a small press publisher, mocks me with his laughter. Why would people want to pass you up on subscribers? It's a friendly rivalry, Joe. Michaela and Christian are racing each other because Christian put up a bet that Michaela hasn't said yes to, but he had an early start, then she passed him up, and then he passed her up, and now they're kind of like battling it out. But I'd like to see everyone in our network get a whole bunch of subscribers. And Joe, I'm working on you. I got some ideas for you if you want to get going. In fact, trying to help you when I can. And now Amy needs one more. Amy, thank you, Henri. See, this is what I love about Henri. He has written one of my favorite comic books ever about a real life Korean war hero, Yi Sun-shin, who, like, in 20 years, I think it was, in open combat against the Chinese and other enemies, he never lost. All right. And Henri, with the help of David Anthony Kraft, if you know your Marvel and DC history, your ears should have perked up at that name, Dak, the wonderful Dak, and Henri have worked on this book. And it is beautifully illustrated, and it got one of the forwards to the hardcovers was by Stan Lee. Henri, put a link, your Amazon link, or no, Yi Sun-shin, put a link to Yi Sun-shin, please, my friend. Let's get some people to get that book. All right, it's great stuff. Anything you want, Henri, you put it on your brother. You got carte blanche. And Cindy Kepsis Dinosaurs didn't read these, but look what happened to them, huh? They didn't check me out on Smashwords. That's right. And Cindy, you may be glad if you're not a member of the Secret Humor group. Some people have drawn dinosaurs that you know what I'm saying? Anyway, Ted Davies says, get ready. Big news tomorrow on TED Talks with guest Jeffrey Hayes. See you at 10 a.m. Definitely part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And folks, I'm going to talk us up again. You don't know how proud I am to be with these guys, really. Last night, Heather Ellen had an incredible Comics, Chaos, and Sass as she was doing her first StreamYard broadcast. How cool is that? And also we have other great shows like TED Talks, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10. Creative as Hail on every Thursday now at 8 p.m. Eastern. Stupid O'Clock Thursdays, 9 p.m. and Saturdays at 11 p.m. Check out the Stupid After Show, too. That's always fun. And Michaela J's Tidbits and Scribbles on YouTube on Friday at 7, and the Historical Fencing Guild Friday night at 8 p.m. And plus also Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. Issue 3 will be out this week with myself, Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman. All of us are here right now, and we've got a really good topic for a discussion. We're still tinkering with the show, and we appreciate all the encouragement we've gotten so far. It sounds like the show is a huge hit. I'm so proud of these guys. They really did a great job on it. And Michaela J says also, QuadCon, I got 13 new email addresses for my newsletter. Yes, work up that newsletter, people. That is important. And hey there, friends and foes, back in the cereal box. Good to see you, John. Great show, as always. Check out Back in the Cereal Box Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Central on YouTube. And fun and festivities at Amazon with me. Hey, yeah, thank you, Cindy. And also check out Cindy. It was great here. And thank you for all the shout outs, Cindy. That was so sweet of you. You didn't have to do that, but my bloated ego thanks you. No, Cindy was on Ryan Permission's show last Saturday at noon, and I've got a link on my page, my personal page on Facebook. Please check it out. It was a terrific show. Ryan and Cindy did a fantastic job, and I'm proud of both of them. And I got a few kudos, and I appreciate that, Cindy. But you're doing all the heavy lifting, darling. You are doing such a great job on that Animal Eye comic book. It is fantastic. And let's see where Amy is now. 203, 210 subscribers for Amy Hale. Hope you don't run off the road. I'm taking full credit for your success. And ooh, I'm seeing stuff there. Oh, stuff I need to do. Anyway. This is why I'm glad I have such creative friends. I look at what they're doing and I'm going, hey, I need to be doing that too. That's a good idea because I'm so dull. Anyway, look over there. It's a coyote. It's a wolf. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Amanda Tockert flying high with her great book, Coy Wolf, with a second book out and a third one in the works. Check out Amanda Tockert on Amazon, and check out Cindy Kemp. Get her brand new book Animal Eye with the graphic novel and comic books coming soon to a Kickstarter near you. And boy, am I behind. I've got to catch up. And Cindy Kemp says, check out the newest releases from Nick Tockert, also on Amazon. Please check it out. And Keisha Acuff, sorry I missed you. I was one day too early to see you at QuadCon. But anyway, Keisha, good to see you. Love the art you showed. Cindy Kemp and Magical Theatrics with John B. Pica. Check out johnpica.com too for all the amazing stuff this guy does. And John Pica has a message. Programming note for this week. Back Issue Breakfast Club with Kelly Gutner drops tomorrow at 8 a.m. on YouTube, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. New Comics Yum on Facebook. The entire Back of the Cereal Box family on WandaVision. Check out what John is doing. John is starting his own broadcast network. I'm proud of you, John. That's great. Really. It is so cool. And Jody McPhee from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher says, wow, new hashtags is born for Brian. Cookie controls our wallets and cookie qual savings. Yeah. Cookie qual savings. Yeah. Well, there was a time, Joe, and it wasn't that long ago when she said, have you seen our credit card bill? Why are you backing everything you see on Kickstarter? Why are you spending this much? And so we had that discussion. So that's why I have been on a budget, darn it. So, but we still get some supporting out there. And if nothing else, that's the thing. If you see people that are doing a Kickstarter who's a Nevermorian, I would implore you to please share their message. And, when Henri announces a new show coming up, definitely share. When John does share, these are our people. You know what I'm saying? We, the Nevermorians, you guys impress me. I'm not just saying this, man, but honestly, you make me so happy. Willa Schuyler promotes us every day. We're not part of the Hanging with Webb show, really. But we're hoping we bring some value to them too, because we have been, we haven't done it with the intent of getting a favor in return. That's not what Rising Tide does. Rising Tide gives, and when you give, it comes back, and that's what it's about, people. Nothing selfish about it. But anyway, but yeah, Cookie said I was being a little too unselfish, and so I had to cut it out. Oh, anyway, any man who says he's the head of his household will lie about anything. And Cindy Kemp says, and after you go there, go to this YouTube here for Amy Hale. And Amy Hale is shooting up the charts now with her subscribers. And Amy, here's a little notice for everyone. When you have rapid growth, sometimes the algorithms on YouTube pick you up and push you to other people. We now, and we have, I think as of this morning, we were like 463 people, I think it was, on my YouTube channel. And, and I think it's something like about 30% of that is from people just finding us, which means YouTube's been doing its job. So I'm very happy for that. And Cindy Kemp, I'm very happy for you. You're doing so well with your comic book. I am so looking forward to that to come out. And favorite DC characters for Grant Lankard are Superman, Shazam. I should have thought Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman, Lex Luthor, Rorschach, Jonah Hex, and Booster Gold. Oh God, I love Jonah Hex, man. I am hearing, and Booster Gold. Yeah, I dig Booster Gold. That is a great great creation by Dan Jurgens. And, that's the thing. I'm seeing these characters and like, yeah, I'd love to write that. I'd love to write. And as well as things, I don't know that I'd want to write Superman because the bar is so high for me on that one. But I think I could do a good Jonah Hex. I love Jonah Hex too, or or like any of the war comics. That would be fun. Oh man, that would be so much fun. And Brian Rodman, favorite DC characters for him, other than Batman, are Morpheus, the Lord of Dreams. Ryan, you should absolutely check out Neil Gaiman's run on this character. Definitely, yeah. Neil Gaiman's one of those guys that, whether it's prose or movies or TV or especially comics, he is definitely worth checking out. I would also add to that his run on Miracle Man. For those of you who don't know, Miracle Man was originally called Marvel Man, and when Fawcett Comics stopped producing comics in the early 50s, the demand for those comics were still huge in Britain, so they came up with their own version called Miracle Man, and he had his own like family of adventurers. Well, eventually those they ran their course, and then in the early 80s, Alan Moore, the great Alan Moore of Watchmen fame, brought him back, but as a more realistic character, but not discounting his old stories. Well, he ran through about 16 issues, told the stories he wanted to do, and then handed it off to Neil Gaiman, who then explored the idea of what would it be like to live in a basically it's not a democracy. It's basically a dictatorship, but the laws are enforced by paranormal people. People who can fly, people who don't age, people who are virtual gods compared to us. And Gaiman had a very short run, started a second one before the company went under. But yeah, hopefully we'll get to see those stories one day. But yeah, Neil Gaiman, that's a name to keep an eye out for. Back in the cereal box. Then this Saturday, Johnny is in Harrisburg, PA. So Willow Schuyler takes over, and she, Aubrey X, Kelly Gutner, and DLF Memphis host Confessions of a Geek Girl at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, YouTube and Facebook. Oh, definitely want you guys definitely talk that show up on my pages if you would. Okay, I'd like to see you get some audience for that. Please support that show. We need more voices like them. And Trevor Hawkins, the Justice Society League crossovers. Oh, yeah, the original Great Crisis stories. Back in the cereal box, favorite DC characters, Hawk Girl and Mara. Also, fun to Plastic Man and Firestorm. Yeah. I love that stuff, too. Plastic Man. I love the old Jack Cole stuff. Really enjoyed Steve Skate's version, and there was a mini series by Phil Folio that was absolutely laugh out loud wonderful. And way to go, Amy! Yeah, Ted Davies. I agree. She is rising fast. Where is she now? Please check out Amy Hale. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel. Still at 210, but let's see what we can get here. And there is Amy's YouTube channel. Please take a moment and give that a subscription if you would, please. Joe Dog McKeel, you can't say SpaceX is dragging their feet as you read this. SN11 just hit the road on the transporter, headed to the launch pad. Ooh, well, it's too much to hope they'll do something today, right? That was such a heartbreaker. For those of you who don't know, this is a star. They're calling it a starship, which and Cookie pointed out it can't be a starship. If it lands on a star, it'll burn up. And I said, funny you should mention that. I saw they're testing the other day, but no, they've this is Elon Musk's propulsion unit, and the idea is that the basic rocket is reusable. And I had a question the other day, Joe, if you're listening. I noticed that the last few times when the rocket has gone up and you see the view from inside the rocket near the thrusters, and I noticed the thrusters appeared to be not set in place, but kind of doing this. Is there a directional thing involved with that? I was just curious, Joe Dog. Anyway, no, they're working hard. They're working hard. I love it, Joe, and I love your reporting on it. You and Heather do a great job on that. You really do. And Brian, what is your opinion of the current kerfluffle over a potential Val Zod Superman movie written by Coates and starring Michael B. Jordan? Back in the Steerbox, John, in all seriousness, I would welcome it. To be honest, I haven't read any of Tanisha Coates' books. I understand they're excellent. But everything I've read as far as Tanisha Coates' comic books has been exemplary. Social conscience mixed with solid writing, which is what I like to see, and a solid story that isn't preachy. I admire him for that. I would welcome seeing that. I, you know, I'm sure that I'm not going to play the race card here, and I'm sure there's a number of people that are losing their minds. I know that. Well, actually, I've been to Bleeding Cool. I know people are losing their minds over this. But it's not Kal-El. Like you said, it's Val Zod. It's a new character. Based on a Grant Morrison version of an alternate world version of Superman. But I have one word that makes me think that the public could accept it. Joker. I rest my case. Anyway, and Chuck Pinot. Chuck, good to see you, brother. And so we're getting other people over 200, but have we gotten BKM over 200 on his YouTube yet? Yes, in fact, I was at 463 this morning. I have been actively working on it. But Chuck, thank you for thinking of me, brother. I appreciate you, man. I wouldn't mind it either, but today we're working for Amy. Okay? Maybe one morning I will beat the drum for mine. I would love to get 1,000 before the end of the year. I was hoping I'd get 500 before my birthday, but we're close. I'm not disappointed. And we are gearing up to do some more video. So we got more shows coming, and please check out Thursday night, 7 p.m. Comic Book Spectrum. We talk about comics past, present, and future. And if you can buy it, if it's out there and you can read it on a Kindle or hold it in your grubby little hands, or you're just admiring it in its mylar or its shell, hard plastic shell, we'll talk about it. All right. And we've had some reviews. We've talked, we don't always talk superhero comics either. For instance, I reviewed a long-standing comic called Knights of the Daredevil. It's been running for 279 issues. Cindy Cap, DC characters, not as familiar with those beyond a couple movies in the old Justice League cartoon, but I'd have to go with Aquaman. See? Love for Aquaman. That makes me happy, Cindy. And that's, that's the old thing. Superman can't talk to fish. So it's like, well, he can, but he doesn't know what they're talking about. But anyway, Aquaman's a great character. I've really learned, when I was growing up, Aquaman was around then too. And some of his adventures were, he breathes underwater. That's cool. But then there was a run by Steve Skates and Jim Aparo that was incredible. Really suspenseful stuff and fantastic artistry. That's a good suggestion, Cindy. Thank you. CKOEPP.com and sign up for her newsletter, please. Ted Davies Artistry. We have a packed week on Ted Davies Artistry. Tuesday, Jeffrey Hayes at 10 a.m. Yes, and then Ted Talks Timepieces on Thursday mornings, and then the premiere of Drink In with the Davies with his charming wife, Chrissy. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be great. Silver Age Legion of Superheroes. Trevor, I agree with you. I love the Silver Age. There have been some other good runs. Mark Waid had a good run after a while, during the 90s, I think it was, or the early aughts. And one policy we have on Comic Book Spectrum is that if you can't say anything nice about a title, then we will not say anything at all. I've read the current version by Brian Michael Bendis. Go Brian, says Cindy. Thank you, Cindy. Mwah. Let's take care of Cindy. CKOEPP.com. She's got some great books, and she's a fun author. In fact, this is a good moment here. I want to do something for you, Cindy. Check out what Cindy Kep does. All right, here we go. This one's a freebie, Cindy.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
definitely check out the work of Cindy Cap. She is not just a friend, but I'm a fan of hers. I'm really a fan of her writing. Please check it out. You will enjoy it. Will Schuyler says, thanks, John, for the great shout out. Have you been told you're amazing today? Everyone should tell John B. Pica he is amazing because we all must tell the truth. And Will, you are pretty darn awesome yourself, darling. Thank you for all you do. I'm serious. You do a lot for the community. All of you do, and I really appreciate that. And don't just settle on the Superman pop. There is a chase version with red eyes. The hunt continues. Oh, Eric, keep me posted. Keep me posted. Well, I was gonna go out later this maybe today, and I've got a couple more Walmarts within a half hour of me that might do some road tripping today. But anyway, yeah, Eric, thank you for that information. I rely on you, brother. I do. And a good time had at QuadCon. That's Michaela J. Check out her work as well. She's got 2 books of the Warriors series out. And as the half of Linnea Fletcher, another book out. This girl is selling out books at shows. Pick her up on Amazon and find out why. Okay, Nevermorians, that says the back of the stereo box. Friday, I'll be in Hershey, PA. What cool, fun stuff should we do? Dude, obviously, I'll give you one. Hershey's, do they still have the Hershey's chocolate factory there? I remember, John, when I was driving, my mother and I were moving from Alexandria, Virginia, back to Illinois. And we had our stuff with us. My father was still going to stay there. I about said our father. I said, no, we aren't that far south. But anyway, Mom and I were driving back, and we drove by Hershey, Pennsylvania. This is in summer of 1970. And as we drove by, we could smell chocolate in the air. It smelled like heaven. It was wonderful. Now, I don't know if it's still like that. I think we were traveling back on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. And we drove by Hershey, Pennsylvania, and we smelled chocolate. It was wonderful. It's like it's kind of like the opposite of driving by Decatur, Illinois, where Archer Daniels Midland is based. And it's the nation's leading producer of soybean-based goods. And you get about 5 miles out of town, and all you smell from that point on is cooking beans. And it's not a horrible smell. It's not. I do like it, but it ain't chocolate, brother. But no, I would say the Hershey, if they still have the Hershey's plant there, that would definitely be it. And speaking of it is also TED Talks Timepieces Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Check out that show. I'm really enjoying it more than I thought I would. I knew I didn't like it, but I'm really enjoying Ted's take on quality timepieces. And there he is, Glenn B. Fleming. Hey, Brian, can I tell your audience that Comics Unlimited is now live on Amazon? It's got some amazing art and articles. You can get it at this address. No, Glenn, what kind of show do you think this is, man? No, talk it up, brother. I shared on my page. We're going to be sharing that more. And I'm so proud of you, man. I'm looking forward to getting that issue too, man. That is so good. Check out Glenn B. Fleming on Amazon. He's got a variety of great publications you need to check up on. All right. And is it a large one, Eric, says Trevor Hawkins? Trevor, that's kind of personal, don't you think? Yeah. Awkward. Anyway, so you meant the Funko Pops. Yes, I believe it is. He said it was a Chase edition. This is a term from sports card collecting. The Chase card is like that one. It's like a variant where, like with non-sports cards, I used to collect non-sports cards until the collation got horrible. That's another episode. But anyway, a Chase card would be like a foil card or a hologram card. It's not part of the regular run, such as what you and I have. Unless you got one that's got red eyes. I saw you sent me a picture. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. But anyway, if yours has red eye, then you would have it. But anyway, a Chase one is one that is in lower production than other cards, and it's kind of a special thing that it's like if you get lucky, you grab one. So anyway, yeah. At least I hope that's what you're asking about. Anyway, Charles F. Millhouse, big all caps things are happening for Pulp Reality 2. See what it's about with Pulp Reality number 1. You will not be disappointed. I will second that emotion. getting in touch with my inner temptations. Pulp Reality, #1. Great book. And in fact, what the heck? I'm behind anyway. Boy, am I behind. But let's run that ad for it. Take a look at the credits. Feast your eyes on the screen and tell us what you think.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.
There you go. Pulp Reality #1. Available on Amazon or at stormgatepress.com. Whole bunch of Nevermorians in there. And happy birthday to Stephen Burks today. It's great being 21, isn't it? Anyway, check out Pulp Reality #1. And #2 is in production right now. All kinds of cool people like Kelly Austin, Rick Bradley, Clyde Hall, Charles F. Millhouse, Bobby Nash, Clayton Merwin, Lawrence Everett, Ted Davies, Charles Davenport, Candace Camilleri, Stephen Burks. And that's a goodly list of Nevermorians in there, and me. I've got a story in here. We've got a story in issue 2, and I'm going to make a pitch for issue 3 with an all-new character for Charles. Anyway, check it out. Pulp Reality #1, available on Amazon. Eric Hawkins, yes, it is the big one, Trevor. It is hard to find. It's hard to find the Chase version. Yeah, it is. And like you said, the search is on, brother. We're on it. Ted Davies Artistry, Ted and Carl Cigar Show, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Cigars on old TV shows. Join us for the smoky memory. And Amy Hale is now 203. This is how far behind. She's now 210. I checked while the ad was running. So please go to Amy's YouTube page and please subscribe to her, all right? Let's get her up as high as possible. She deserves it. Bill Sartin says, good morning, Brian and fellow Monday Morians. Count your blessings. They really add up. Bill Sartin, I couldn't agree more. Sarnart76 on Facebook, the artwork of Bill Sartin, and hashtag bring cookie home. We're working on it every day, brother. We really are. Thank you, Bill. Rick Riley, good morning to you. Good morning to all the Nevermorians. And P.S., I'd like to have 200 plus subscribers too, says Ted Davies Artistry. Let's promote you on Wednesday, Ted. What do you say? Remind me, all right? And Cindy Kemp, who knows this stuff, says you should check out all the very many podcasts. Dastardly Dingoes, clever title pending. Nevermind the Furthermore, TED Talks, Amy Hale, Michaela Jade, the Historical Fencing Guild, the League of Impossibilists, Nerd Culture, Willow's Pillow Talk, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and all the ones I'm forgetting too. Yeah. Oh, Cindy, we got to get you started on one. Seriously, we got to get you. I want to have you back on the clever title pending one of these times. Ryan's got to learn to share. And Joe Dog McKill, the trouble in jogging is that by the time you realize you're not in shape for it, it's too far to walk back. In my case, I don't have to wait. I can barely get my shoes laced before I realize that. Cindy Cap says, QuadCon in Des Moines this Saturday. You'll want to drop by and get some dragons, Martians, books, and other fun stuff. That's great, Cindy. Take proper precautions. Cindy, I'm going to give you a tip. This is something that worked for me when I did KokomoCon last year. Everyone will be wearing a mask. Instead, Cindy, you can wear a mask. Wear a face shield. People can see your lovely face then. All right, that's my tip for you, darling. And Eric at school, Big Soup says, only my second pop, hoping to keep the numbers low. Yeah, and look what happened to me when I said that. John Bike is super excited. We'll get to see the cover art for Tales of the Decoverse Volume 1, Nightreich, today, coming soon from 7th Star Press. That is great, John. Whatever we can do to help promote that, let me know. And John B. Pica, the storyteller, and League of Impossibilists comics in the hands of our professional letterer, getting formatted for Comixology. Excellent. John, we got to talk to you about getting on the show, too. Glenn B. Fleming, Grant has a great article in Comics Unlimited #5, as has our friends Jody McPhee and Marv V. Don't miss them. Great stuff. Looking forward to that. And Russell Allen, good morning, Nevermorians. Nevermorians. Wish I could say, but I have to get ready to go to the hospital to check on the mass in my back. Don't let scary things keep you from your dreams. Russell, keep me posted, brother. All right. I insist. All right. And we'll be sending out the prayers and good thoughts to you, brother. Russell has some health challenges, and instead of just sitting back and, you know, you know, just letting it consume him, the man used it to fuel making his dreams come true. When I see Russell out, and Russell and I give each other crap every time we see each other because we do like each other, and that's how we show affection where we come from. But anyway, when it's something serious like this, and I see what he's doing, and he's still pushing forward, and he's still got Xenon and I Titan Kickstarter campaign going. Please check that out. Look for Russell Allen on Kickstarter, and please throw some support his way, or share the page for your friends to enjoy. All right. But anyway, when I think of Russell's story, man, I don't have any damn excuses to keep me from the typewriter. You know what I'm saying? And League of Impossibles, thank you for the support, John. We love you. And liking and commenting from all the accounts to boost the signal. It is so appreciated, my man. You know it is. And Brian Robin, this week on the Dastardly Dingoes podcast, we will be airing our Imposter Syndrome episode with Brian K. Morris and Christian Basil. It's an excellent episode that I'm personally proud of. Be on the lookout this week at the Dastardly Dingoes. Thank you. I'm proud of that too. I think we got something accomplished that night, and I appreciate you rerunning that. And Rick Bradley says, go and check out my Amazon author page at bit.ly.r.bradley. There we go. You'll see it. You'll find the 4 books my work is in: The Nightmare Collective, Marvin's Night Out, Tales of the Weird and Strange, and Pulp Reality #1, with much more to come. Don't stop now, Rick. You are on a roll, brother. And Mikhail Jade says, I even pimped for Christian. Can you believe there was a doctor walking around who didn't know about the legend of the traveling TARDIS? So I educated the poor doctor. Well, good on you. He owes you. And League of Impossibles, more DC favorites from a design standpoint: Hawkman, Dr. Fate, and Etrigan. Oh my God, the Demon. I'm being reminded of so many cool ones. I love the Demon. Man, I'm seeing a whole bunch of stuff. Joe, if you draw the Demon, man, I'd write the hell out of that. I really would. Russell Allen says, Xenon and I Titan, a strong story of a man who loses it all, cast off into another world in an unfortunate accident at work. Can he go from a family man to a fighter and make his way back to the Earth and his family? Do they still even exist? Find out at that Kickstarter address there. Support that book. It is terrific. I've read it. I read the earlier version of it, and it was really good stuff. Really reminded me of 50s space opera, which is my jam. I loved it. And hashtag bring Cookie home. You too, sweetheart. And don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. We do have, if you are looking to support this show, and we do have something in the works that my Patreon people will be happy to know. We have a goal. And anyway, tips are gratefully accepted at paypal.me/rising tide, capital B, capital K, capital M. And thank you, Cindy Kep. I appreciate the shout out there so much. And Glenn B. Fleming says, Kirby talks about the losers on my DVD documentary, Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey. Get it from Glenn B. Fleming. Contact him via Facebook or via his Amazon sales page and get you a copy today. Cindy Kep's interview was great this weekend, says Back of the Cereal Box. I fell in love with her even more. I know. Every time I see her, I find more to appreciate. I really do. She is so underrated. We got to get her. We got to get her like me, where I'm overrated. But anyway, Xenon and I Titan, a strong. Okay, we got that. Definitely check that out from Russell Allen. All right. And there is that link to Amy Hale's YouTube page from Rising Tide Publications. So look at that handsome icon there. Good God, I'm getting weak in the knees just looking at it. Anyway, Amy is let's see, have we gotten any more love for her? We were at 210. Well, we hit the refresh on that, and she is still at 210. If you're just now watching, please check out this YouTube. Go to that YouTube link, and please, please, please. We also have Facebook links to it also. Click on that if you're on Facebook right now, and please subscribe to Amy Hale's YouTube channel. And Roy Mercado, good to see you. Good morning, Brian. Good morning to you, Roy. It's a pleasure to have you here. I have a local indie comic, but I'm still working out how to make my way to launching a Kickstarter. Really inspired by you and your awesome guests. Don't forget the morning coffee. My man, this one's for you. right? If I can answer any questions, I've run or assisted several campaigns. So please, I've run one and I've assisted on a number of others. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any specific questions about that. The main thing I'd say about the best way to launch a Kickstarter is launch a Kickstarter. And I've seen several people who have launched one and it didn't make its goal. And as you know, Kickstarter is all or nothing. When you set that dollar amount, if you don't hit it, you aren't charged for it. But by the same token, you don't get any of the money that you did pledge to, and everyone goes their way, and we all remain friends. But the thing is, if you do make your goals, you can then get stretch goals. But yeah, please reach out to me if you have any questions. Where I'd love to give you whatever help I can. All right. And yes, everyone go give Amy Hill, the short and sassy writer, some love. Definitely. And on Patreon, there were so many of our crowd collecting funds to do cool stuff. Go sign up. You can read freelance words from Cindy Kepps. Please sign up for Cindy Kepps. We got to push that. And get sneaky peeks at animal eye artwork, which you will, oh my God, that is turning out so well. I'm starting to plan the next tale, and some Patreon folks get to contribute. Ooh, I'm all on board there. I love to help. And also loving to help is Angie Dudas. Mwah, Angie, glad to see you this morning. Hope your morning's going well. On Grant, I shot a comic book review video that you will see if you sign up for his newsletter. I am signed up for that, so I'm happy I will get to see it. It was fun, and I'd love to do it again. Then do it. I do a video every month for my newsletter, which you can get at risingtide.pub. I just revamped my website last week, and I'm revamping it again this week to include my merchandising. But please check out risingtide.pub. My monthly newsletter goes out every first of the month, and it's free. Russell Allen says, hope everyone has a great day. Russell, I hope you do too, man. You're probably already on the road, but please keep us posted on what's going on today, okay? And Amy Hale is +4 now. Excellent. That's what we love. And Memoirs of an Angel is rocking and rolling. You should back it. Cindy Kep said so. Cindy Kep endorsed, so you know it's good. Sorry, Amy, you do have a custom URL, but apparently Brian doesn't know that. Hey, I'm just going to the page, and that is fine. As long as we get people there, John, that's well, that's the thing. It's like I had to make my own custom URL because when I passed 100, YouTube never told me. And Cindy Cap Animal Eye issue 1's artwork was approved, getting closer to publishing. Yes, for sneaky peeks. Join her Patreon and her newsletter. The newsletter is such a good read. It is really thoughtful, really intelligent, really fun. You will love it. And we are trying desperately to catch up because we have given up any hopes of getting out by 11:30. And from the Small Press Publisher, issue number 3. Do you guys need me based on the topic proposed at the end of issue 2? We're having an editorial meeting now. And Rick Bradley, I blame Brian Rodman for me getting ready to spend an extra money every month. I read Teenage Mutant Turtle, The Next Ronin. If you are a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, you owe it to yourself to read it. It's on Hoopla. Yeah, I've got the second issue lined up there too. But yeah, that's one of the things we do on Comic Book Spectrum, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central on Thursday nights. Please join us. We're still fiddling around with the format, but we think we're zeroing in on it. But we've got all kinds of surprises lined up for you guys, so please check us out. Brian Rahman, what? What? I will be fully vaccinated by the time you come to Louisville, so a physical meeting and rubbing of the Bryans will happen. Ooh. Be prepared for a giant bearded embrace, my friend. Oh, boom, chicka, wow, wow. I got my first vaccine shot on Friday. Saturday, I was super tired, but Sunday, I felt completely normal. Wouldn't know what normal is unless I drive through Bloomington, Illinois. Now the Gov can follow my mark of the beast wherever I go. Good, and I hope the chips in your body don't interfere with your radio reception or anything. But no, I should be getting mine on the 25th. That's the soonest I could get it here locally. I'm not real pleased with how Indiana has rolled out the vaccines. Everybody's like, yeah, get signed up for the vaccine. Oh, wait, we don't have it yet. We don't know when we're getting it. So thanks for nothing. Anyway, but no, good for you, Brian. Good for you. Keep us posted, all right? And Amy Hale has some fantastic graphics as the back of the cereal box and intro. Amy, who did those for you? Rick Radley says, I'm also starting a pull box for that comic alone now. There we go. Comic Talks from Pops Fans on YouTube says, holy crap, scheduling CromCon is a lot of work. Only 2 spots slot. better get one now. Well, like I said, Pops, I don't think I'll be doing it this month. I've got some deadlines I've got to meet. So, and Russell Allen, praying for you, my friend, says Brian Rodman, as are we all. Not intentionally creating a network, just doing what I do, still open to partnerships and collaborations. Back in the Zero Box, we still have to talk. We want to promote you, man. And thank you, Russell Allen. Thank you, man, for keeping us posted. And, speaking of keeping us going, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
I can do another 2 hours now. Ooh, it's pumpkin spice. Oh, I love you. Oh man, yeah. And here's the secret: if you like pumpkin spice all year, what you do is buy some pumpkin spice in the spice aisle of your local supermarket. I've even seen it like at Dollar Tree. It's not the best, but it is really quite good. And what you do is you mix this very small amount in with your coffee. You have to stir it in with the grounds, or otherwise, because it's such a fine grind, it will turn into paste and you could overflow your coffee maker. But that delicious taste all year round. People, this has been a public service announcement. Follow me for more life hacks. And Philman X, hey there, Brian. Philman X, good to see you, man, from YouTube. Always glad to have you here. Hope your morning is going well. You're making mine for your appearance here. Thank you for being here. Hope all is well. And Cropicon, Pops Van Zandt says, drop love here, drop love there. Event posts for both days of CromCon 12 are up in the madness. Only 2 spots left. Brian, you talking Rodman or what? Anyway, no, like I said, Pops, just don't wait for me this time, brother. I will come and heckle, though. You know I'm good for that. When you have rapid growth, that's when Christian died. Yes, that's right. Remember, folks, let's see, let me get to that card. A mortis, it's Christiana. And then Christian died. So anyway, oh my God. And Rich Parada worked on Booster Gold. That's right, Pops Van Zandt. That's right. I love that character. Good. That's cool. That's very cool. And from the desk of a small press publisher, this community is about the neighborly ask. If you need it and it's not imposing, we do it. Yeah, seriously. I am thankful for the interviews I got from talking to people here. And I'm grateful for being on your show, man. And we got to talk. We got to talk. Back in the Zero Box favorite, another favorite, Metamorpho. I love Metamorpho. I've always loved Metamorpho. Good stuff. Thank you, John. That's great. From the desk of a small press publisher, I actually feel guilty for promoting here. Dude, don't. The owner's been telling you to do so. So hashtag always promote, man. You notice how I managed to wrestle down my guilt on your show. You should at least feel the same way on here, okay? You have a home, Joe. I'm telling you, all right? Use it. It feels better to be able to offer support for those who may need a boost. Joe, that's rising tide, man. That's total rising tide. And hopefully, everyone, please, from the desk of a small press publisher, we've got to have a day for Joe. We've got to get him to 100 subscribers. Last I looked, he didn't have 100 subscribers. And I know he's not as concerned with it as greedy types like myself. But anyway, we got to show him some love because he's part of this community and a very, very valuable part of it, as are you. So anyway, let's check it out. Brian Rahman says, who's that man in the T-Rex costume working the pole in the red district? Why, it's Brian K. Morris. Help him escape this life of promiscuity and dino debauchery. Now, don't be so hasty here. By going to patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and tucking some dollar bills down his digital trousers. Well, the nice thing is you get more than just my love. You get something for it. So please check us out at Patreon. Also, check out all of our friends like Cindy Kemp, Brian Rodman, Remelian, The Impossibilists, John B. Pica. Please check it out. And there is the link to Amy Hale's page. Please click on that and give her a subscription if you would, please. From the back of a small press publisher, favorite DC characters, Wonder Woman, Rita Farr, Robot Man, the entire cast of Challengers of the Unknown, and Big Barda. Ooh, Challengers, another Kirby classic there. Love those old stories. And again, there's Kirby writing again. I want to say Joe Simon wrote the first one, maybe. But then after that, Kirby took over. Fantastic writer. And fantastic art. Then check out Roll Cruz's art on artstation.com to see his Animal Eye art from Cindy, based on Cindy Kep's novel. They're collaborating on her comic book, which will eventually be a graphic novel. And you'll want to sign up for her newsletter or on Patreon. So please check out ckoepp.com. We can't say her name enough. Brian, says Glenn B. Fleming, if the thrusters were totally stable, they bring the rocket down. They need to be able to move, watch a Saturn V take off or a shuttle. I remember seeing those as I was talking. I remember seeing those back in the day. And that makes sense. But I wonder if there's any sort of guidance for them now, because they are, I don't know if you've watched the SR series of launches, Glenn, but they are trying to, it looks like a 50s science fiction TV show rocket. It's beautiful. It gets me tingly every time I see it in all the right places. But anyway, they take it up to 10 kilometers and then it hovers. It stays stationary. And then they do it on one thruster. They do it on one thruster and just keep it in place. And then they cut all the thrusters, and then it kind of tilts, and they've got these little wings that guide it back down, and it looks like it's going to do a belly flop. And then thank goodness they got the distance worked out, because there have been a couple times they haven't. But anyway, then the thrusters fire up again and push the rocket back up to a position like this, and then it comes down in a controlled landing. Now, it bounced pretty good last time. Joe Dog, you called that one. Yeah, it bounced a little too much for my comfort. But the data is going back live to NASA, teaching them all they need to know, because they're going to reuse the SR series. It is beautiful. But thank you, Glenn. I appreciate the explanation. It makes a lot of sense. My favorite DC characters, says Bill Silsard, are Ronald Reagan, JFK, Jimmy Carter, Richard Nixon. Oops, wrong DC characters. Yeah, especially that last one. I think he was Marvel. I think he killed himself at the end of a Captain America. Nick Tucker says favorite DC characters. Obviously the Trinity, yeah. Green Arrow, he was the first superhero comic I read, but John Constantine is just the cat's meow, even if he is the paragon of people who made my paranormal research days difficult. Yeah, I could see that. But at least with John, you see that he is continually being punished. That's the one thing. Karma ain't John Constantine's friend. Oh, and by the way, there's been talk in the last couple of years that the producer of the original Constantine movie, which I didn't think was that bad. I enjoyed it. Now, Keanu was no Matt Ryan, okay, all things considered, but Keanu did his own spin, and I think he was quite good. He nailed the character, if not the look. But the producer is saying that he's been talking to Keanu, and Keanu would come back if the script was ready. So, and Cindy Kep says, sign up for Rising Tides newsletter. If you missed the last one, very sad for you. Don't miss the next one. Well, in fact, I think if you subscribe, you also have access to all the videos that I've done only for the newsletter. Thank you, Cindy. And if you want to sign up, please go to risingtide.pub. There is a place where you can sign up. There is a link towards the top. You'll see it. Read all the stuff there. Aquaman is the shiznit, says back of the cereal box. Totes agree. He is the most underrated DC character, kind of like Hank Pym in the Marvel Universe. I agree. And the thing is, Pym was underrated, then a supporting character for so long, and then they had that unfortunate turn back in the Avengers where he's like a wife beater and everything, and that colored a lot of perception about him for a long time. And I'm glad to see that they have rehabilitated him, and because I believe there is a chance for forgiveness. There should always be an opportunity for forgiveness. We want it, and we should. If we want it, we should give it. And Nick Tucker, good to see you, my friend, on new MBJ Superman. Adding new characters organically and well written who happen to be more diverse is the right way to do it. I agree, Nicholas Tucker. Also, check out Nick Tucker Friday night. Great show, dude. As always. The Historical Fencing Guild. Please, let's get Nick's got a couple hundred people. I was gonna try to give you some love, but it looks like you're doing it for us, and we're glad to see it, man. You certainly deserve it. You have such a unique show, man. Please check it out. And check out, he just released his new book on the sequel to The Simple Sword. It's all about bladed weaponry and a great reference work. And Philip Thompson has 211 followers on his Facebook page. Excellent, Philip. Keep building. Keep asking for likes, and they will show up. Joe Dog McKeel, yes, the engines move around. It is called gimbaling, is to steer the vehicle. Imagine balancing a broomstick on your fingers plus pushing it into orbit at supersonic speeds and keeping it pointed up. Okay, that makes sense. It's one of those things I've noticed it, but I wasn't sure if it was like an optical illusion created by the heat of the engines and such. But it was really noticeable in the SR10 when it launched. And Joe, did you see that stuff coming out of there that I saw during the interior camera shots there? I saw strips of something coming out, and I wonder if that was uh, part of what caused the fire. The SR10 blew up on the launch pad. It got up to 10 kilometers. It came down. It landed a little bouncy, but during this time, something happened as when it was coming down, and a fire started. And I just wonder if it got past the insulation or something. Anyway, Nicholas Tucker says the Fighting Axe may have debuted at #1, but it is built on the foundation of the book The Simple Sword. You can check them both out on Kindle Unlimited, and also please check out Nicholas Tucker on Amazon and subscribe to his author page. That way you get notified anytime he comes up with more swordy goodness. And the only clowns that scare me are the 537 elected ones in Washington. Yeah, I have to agree with you there. And speaking of Funkos, is back in the cereal box on YouTube. I was gifted the Funko Soda Green Hornet limited to 5,000, and mine is numbered 1 of 5,000. Don't know if that matters, but it's cool. It is way cool. I love it. Good for you, John B. Pica. And from the desk of a small press publisher, cool, back of the cereal box. Agreed. And Will Schuyler asked, did you open it yet, or are you keeping it sealed? And BCB, that means you have the last one for sure, says Joe Dog. Definitely, that's cool. Nick Tockard says, and Luke Stone is planning on having the Hybrids RPG quick play out soon. I am insanely excited. You should be, brother. I am insanely excited for you. And as always, keep me posted on the anything we need to do to get that word out, brother. I think this could be your breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? Because it's good stuff. All right. Excellent stuff. And wait, misread that. No, I didn't get to it too long. It's 25 minutes behind. Rick Bradley says, every time I watch the Pulp Reality ad, I love seeing my name up there with all those amazing authors. I'll be back for issue 3. I'm looking to be back in issue 3 too. I've got to pitch a story. I've got and I'm going to do an all new character just for Charles, just for Pulp Reality 1. And I hope we become a habit in there. But anyway, but yeah, I love seeing that too. And Rick, I do have to say that, I kid Bobby Nash about it because I respect him so much. He's become a good friend, and he's so much fun. As you see him on Clever Title Pending, he's been on, I think, 3 times now. Great guy. I love his writing. But I tell people alphabetically, that's the only way my name will ever be in front of Bobby Nash's. So, and go Nick. Go Nick, says our cheerleader, Sydney Kemp. Love you, Sydney. And let's see. There we go. White Devil will be coming soon from Silverline Comics. Keep an eye out for it, Brian. Phil, man, I'm looking forward to it. I really do want to see that. I love the stuff that's coming down the pike from Silverline. I didn't get on the Kickstarter. I missed that somehow. I have the attention span of a mayfly sometimes. But Phil, man, I'm really looking forward to that. The Silverline puts out some good stuff, man. I'm glad to see you. Anytime you want to promote that, my friend, please, this is your forum for it, okay? And Brian Rahman, I had a blast on Russell Allen's show last night. Folks, head on over to Russ Explode Studio, Books with Heart, and check it out on Facebook. He asked some amazing questions about Memoir of an Angel and other inspiring artists and writers. And you will get none of that tomorrow night, Brian. It's going to be dull as dirt until the questions from the audience kick in. But no, Brian Rodman will be my guest tomorrow night on Clever Title Pending. I'm excited about that. We're going to set that up today. But Brian, if I don't get you the link by, say, nighttime, please PM me because I want to get it done this afternoon. Bill Sartin says, I'm starting yet another commission today, but this one is special because the customer is having me do a full color sketch of his recently deceased wife of 25 years. If you would like me to do something special for you, go to Sarnart76, the artwork of Bill Sarden, and private message him for the details, okay? We also just recently accepted payments safely through PayPal, so check out the artwork of Bill Sarden, where everything old is new again, and commemorate those you love with an amazing portrait by the amazing Bill Sarden. Glad to see that. And Cindy Kep says, definitely check out Sarnart76 on Facebook for all the vintage cartooniness that you need. And the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. I know you. I recognize that style there. Thanks for all you do, Brian. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And this is not me writing. This is not me. I know who it is. Thank you, Ted. And thank everyone for all your support. Have a great day. All much success. You too, man. And looking forward to tomorrow with TED Talks to Jeffrey of Plasma Fire Graphics. I'm so excited about that. It'll be so good. Anyway, and also check out his show, TED Talks Timepieces, at 10 a.m. Thursday morning, followed by Ted and Carl's Cigar Show at 11. And then Friday night, the premiere of Drinking with the Davies with his wife, Chrissy. And Ted is keeping up with me this week, it sounds like. Good for you, man. You take care, and thank you for all you do, brother. And Eric Hawkins, I'm hoping to get the pre-launch of the Zombieful World of Oz #3 launched in the next week or so. Putting together the Kickstarter page is just a pain in the... Yeah, I hear you, brother. Eric, if I can do anything, let me know. If you need an editor or something on that, please don't hesitate. Let me know. I don't think a podcast starring me would be all that interesting. Cindy Kemp, I said the same thing about me, and look what's happening. There are so many other cool people doing stuff. I'll support them by dropping in on them instead. Well, cool. Then I'm going to get you to drop in on me more often. That sounded uncomfortable, but mostly for Cindy. Anyway, Nicholas Docker says, comics question, excluding real-world reasons, character design, etc. Don't more superhero teams synergize more? DC, most of the magic users could upgrade the non-mojo folks. Seriously, Superman's needs an amulet against mind control, and definitely. Or Cyborg could design better arms and armor for the question and other non-powered folks. Well, that's a great question, Nick. We ought to talk about that on a Thursday show. But I could see it. You get people like Constantine, who probably, don't want people messing with magic because he sees how it's screwed up his own life. Zatanna's pretty helpful, though. She's kind of like the go-to gal in the DC universe, just like Doctor Strange is the magic consultant for everyone in the Marvel universe. And Cyborg does do some stuff with the JLA. I've been reading, though, the Justice League Odyssey trade paperbacks. That's good stuff. I just finished reading the third one on Patreon, and it's Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern, with Azrael from the Batman books of long ago, the Sword of Azrael also series, and Cyborg, and I think it's Starfire. But the thing is, they are now at the source wall from the New Gods. The New Gods have been destroyed. And in the latest one, we find out that one still lives, and they are trying to combat Darkseid, who has used the anti-life formula on the other Justice Leaguers except Jessica. And it's an exciting story. Dan Abnett is such an underrated writer. Really, really good material. Also, stepping back, I think my favorite character in DC may be Alfred Pennyworth. When written correctly, he is amazing. Yeah, and it's like, Nick, I'm not sure if you're following it now, but Alfred got killed. I don't expect it to take, but yeah, seriously. And even in death, he is a fantastic character, still advising Bruce. I just got through reading Joker War last night, which is the arc where basically it's been established in the new DC universe that the Joker is aware of Batman's dual identity, and he gets in his head that one of these days the law's going to catch up with me, and they're not going to deal with me charitably. I need to take advantage of this information I have about Batman and do it now. And so he basically takes over Gotham with the help of his brand new girlfriend, Punchline. And Batman gains a new ally in Harley Quinn, who's decided she's not going to take it anymore. Yay, strong women. And the Bat family is there, and the Joker, in the process of taking over Gotham, also steals $10 billion, the Wayne fortune. And knowing that he knows who Batman is, he's now basically going to kill everyone in Gotham before he takes his show on the road to other cities. It's a fantastic. James Tynion the Fourth does an amazing job of writing on this story, and really gripping. And Nick Tucker says, Amanda Tucker, author's birthday is coming up. Visit her at Amanda Tucker on author on Amazon and check out the world of Coy Wolf, where magic and manners come together. That's great. Oh my God. Yes. Check her out, and check out also Nicholas Tockert's work on Amazon too. And don't forget, when you go to the author pages, you can subscribe there. All right. And that helps the authors so very much. Plus, you get notified of any sort of new books that come out. And Philip Thompson says, Philly Larden Comics has 211 followers, reached 135 people, and 11 engagements. And you're rising, man. Keep up the good work. Do not give up now. And Joe Dog McKeel, when you're getting to the end of your rope, start tying knots to hold on. I agree. And there is my brand new patron. Thank you, Brian Hawkins, for your support. I appreciate you so much, man. And greetings, programs. Greetings to you, Citizen Hawkins. Glad to have you here. And his brother Eric says, best coffee I've ever tasted. Mayorga got a 2-pound bag of beans from Amazon for $17. Very flavorful and no aftertaste or bitter lingering taste. So good. There is one, I'm blanking on the name, but it's not coffee per se. It's not from coffee beans. It's cacao. It's like cocoa. The cacao beans are roasted like coffee. Creo Brew. That's CRIOBRU. Creo Brew. And I'm thinking of getting me a bag of that stuff because that sounds so good. It's like no acidity and it tastes like mocha. What's not to like? Joe Dog McKeel has some great advice here. A difference. Make one. Back of the cereal box. Last Ronin is the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story ever written and one of the best stories of last year. I agree. I love the first issue. I've got the second issue in my queue on my Kindle. Will Schuyler, as a barista, I feel like I don't put my coffee making skills to use when I'm home enough. I often just mix hot chocolate and instant coffee together with a bit of milk. I've been using since my wife is lactose intolerant, we've been using the chocolate almond milk. That stuff will set you free. Actually, what's good is I heat up I don't do the cocoa and everything. It's like too much work. But although it's an amazing flavor, it's worth it. But I take the chocolate almond milk. Silk makes an excellent one. Chocolate almond milk, heat it up, and then I add a few drops of Kraken rum to it. That will warm your bones on this chilly day, believe me. And Lee Reese, good to see you. Hey, Brian, good to be here today. Another fine day in paradise. It is, and it even better because you're here, Lee. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you, man. And Ryan Permisson says, if anyone wants to be on, and I quote, sign up, it's on every Saturday afternoon at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern. Please check it out. Check out Ryan's calendar. I am going to be on the show, I believe, in June, and I'm looking forward to it, Ryan. We are going to have so much good fun there. Nicholas Tockert, I enjoyed Keanu's scene immensely. Whoever wrote that knew their stuff. Seriously, they captured the character perfectly. The Constantine movie was good, but as a Constantine movie, it was bad. Yeah. I don't know. I thought they captured the character. But again, I think Keanu was slightly miscast in that. And especially when you see Matt Ryan now, he is like literally like he stepped off the pages of the comic book. He is so good, so very good. And less than 30 minutes, the time to feed Cookie. I'm rushing, man. I am rushing. And well, it's about that time of day, my friends from Brian Rahman. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Brian Rahman. Looking forward to having you tomorrow night on Clever Title Pending. And I can't wait to hang out with you tomorrow night. Ditto, brother. Have fun, be safe, and lick spines. Oh, yeah. Who's first? And hashtag bring Cookie home. Hashtag feed Cookie. And hashtag laugh like the shadow. Definitely. That feels so good. Thank you, Brian Robin. Have a great day, my brother, and enjoy the day. And please check out Memoirs of an Angel on Kickstarter today. Great series, and you have a chance to get all of the back issues at a reasonable price. Please check it out. Hashtag don't die. Hashtag feed Cookie. Thank you, Willow Skyler. Mom, thank you for looking out for me. I need it. And Nick Tucker, did anyone here get heavy into the Top Cow titles like Witchblade, Fathom, and Tomb Raider? Tomb Raider, yes, because I love Dan Jurgens, not just as an artist, but as a writer. And I love that series. That was so good. And I liked especially the early Witchblade. I really enjoyed Witchblade. I love that concept. Joe Dog McKeel says, I have been studying video and images of everything. One engine hit the pad so hard, the bell mushroomed, and the engine broke off inside the skirt. 8 minutes later, it caused that explosive finale. Okay. I wondered because I thought I saw that flame starting as it was coming down before it even hit the pad. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, but anyway, I know they learned some useful stuff from that. Even the ones that are washes, we learn something from, and that's a good thing. And Eric Hawkins says, Rick Bradley, if you need someone to beat read issue 3 and still buy it when the Kickstarter starts, let me know. And no, I'm not wanting to read it ASAP because of how much I love it. Okay, maybe I am. Sue me. Well, I can say that's one of the joys of being Eric's editor. I get to read it first. I don't blame you, Rick. It's the Zombieful World of Oz is my favorite comic right now. Back in Cereal Box regarding that Funko Soda Green Hornet, did I keep it open and keep it sealed? Willow, have you watched our shows? He's playing with it in the bathtub. And Beta Reed, not beat. I was wondering, and yes, sir, don't die, go feed Cookie. I appreciate it. And thank you sincerely, Brian. It means a lot to me. It really does. None of my Patreons are unappreciated. And Mike, Jimmy, Lorcia de Bruin, evening lovelies. Well, evening to you. Glad to see you here. Hope you're having a great one today. And back on Cereal Box, Cindy Kemp, we want you to join us on the air on a more regular basis. She's going to become the belle of the ball around here, I'm telling you. And running out of time for the show today, y'all done good. Bug you later. Cindy Kemp, I love you. CKOEPP.com. Please sign up for her free monthly newsletter. I enjoy that, man. That's so much. Brian Hawkins, I had never read any Hellblazer Constantine books before the Keanu Constantine came out and really enjoyed it. But Matt Ryan definitely embodies the character more. Yeah, Keanu did not do a bad job. I don't think he would not have been my first choice. But Matt Ryan, every now and then, I think Matt Ryan, seriously, and I don't make this comparison lightly, I think he is to John Constantine what Christopher Reeve was to Superman. I really do. And no. Cyborg and Starfire are Titans, not JLAers. Yes. Check out the current continuity, John. They are. Cyborg's been a JLA. In fact, in the current continuity, Cyborg was one of the founding members of the Justice League. Now, I don't agree with it either. I'm as far as in my heart, he is still a Titan too. But no, it's that's the one thing. That's the one thing that devalued the Avengers for me, reading, in that it's become like the Defenders. Everyone's a member. Everyone's a member now of the Justice League of America, except Sugar and Spike. So, and they have had some really good comics, though, as a result. I will say that. Nick Tucker says, Keanu Stein was a detective from Roar. What if Constantine variant? Just the dame who walked into his office happened to be God. Just a small detail like that. And Cindy Cap, bring Cookie home. Don't forget to tip your host. Have fun storming the castle. Mwah, Cindy Cap, have a great day, darling. And go get Cookie some lunch, says Grant Lankard. Love you, buddy. Love you too, Grant. You are terrific, man. And definitely check out Beowulf. Go to monarchpublishing.net. See, I've got it memorized. monarchpublishing.net and get a free sample of Grant's work, which includes the Beowulf comic book coming out. And please check out what this man's doing. You're going to see great things from Grant Lankard. I predict. Love you too, man. You give Angie a hug for me when she gets home. All right. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed to Amy Hale's YouTube page. I'm going to put that up one more time because I want to see her get some more love here. We got her. I say we. I was already a fan and a member. Please check it out. Rising Tide Publications. And this is interesting. I don't think my YouTubes are or not my YouTubes, but my Facebook are completely showing up. My links on there. That is interesting. But anyway, please check out that link. And please, it takes a couple of seconds to subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, and you can change your mind later, is one way I've heard it said recently. But you won't want to, because Amy does an amazing show on Friday nights for the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And I'm going to get it creative as hail, where Amy and her husband John interview various creatives. And I've got in my queue to watch Friday's show with Terry Maggard. I am so looking forward to that today. But anyway, please check it out. She does a super job, and I love her to death. Brian Hawkins says, yeah, I wish Ryan's NBC Constantine series would have gotten more of a chance. I do too. And I don't want to see the guy burn out on it, but he did get to play him on Legends of Tomorrow, which made me happy. Plus, he's been doing the animated work. There's been a couple of Justice League Dark, which is another title I really enjoy. Even though it has the wrong voice for the cartoons for Etrigan. I'm sorry. Etrigan's voice should be John Rice Davies, something like that. Get him drunk and have him do the character. That would be Etrigan. I love Etrigan. But anyway, yeah, I do too. I wish it had gotten the love it deserved. But hopefully someday people will recognize how awesome Matt Ryan really is. And back in the cereal box says, we got a Keurig for Christmas. I used it to make hot chocolate, but I cut a Klondike bar into force and put on the cubes in the cup and brewed the hot chocolate into that cup. One word, sinful dude. I'm not saying I'm having a reaction to that, but I'm not standing up right now, John. You know what I'm saying? That sounds good. And something I do late at night for my late night shows is I have this little pot here that we bought. It's not a little bit of pot. I'm a straight arrow, but no, this is like a 5-cup coffee pot. And what I do is I don't put any coffee in it. For my nighttime shows, I put a couple of tea bags in here, usually organic, so I don't have to worry about caffeine. But I put some tea bags in here and a little bit of sugar, just enough to amplify the taste. And then I just have hot water come through here, and it fills in about 3 or 4 minutes, boiling hot, and I drink it during the course of my shows and keep my voice hydrated and such. It's great. So yeah, I love my Keurig broke. I wore it out. I'm getting me a Keurig eventually though. I do want to create like a coffee bar in my house and tap into my inner Willow Skylar, although I'm nowhere near as beautiful as her. I look terrible in a dress. I know, I've got pictures. Anyway, Bill Sarn says, great show as always, Brian. Thank you, Bill, for making it. So I got to get going for now. I'm burning daylight, and I don't have a garden hose just in case it gets out of control. Vaya con Dios, amigos. Happy trails till we meet again, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate you, man. Go to the artwork of Bill Sarn on Sarn Art 76 on Facebook, rather, and give that man some love. And we are going to give Cookie some love while we're still before noon. Thank you for being solicitous of her. Cookie appreciates it, and so do I. We're going to try to end the show around 11:30 for time being, because then we make sure that she has a leisurely lunch before she goes to work. But thank you all for your support. I appreciate you all. I really do. Thank you for when you share messages about this show and about the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, which, speaking of, by the way, thank you very much for this. Heather Allen, you had a great show last night on Comics, Chaos, and Sass last night. And then please check us out tomorrow. Busy day tomorrow. Tuesdays and Thursdays are looking really good around here. But anyway, at 10 a.m., Ted talks to Plasma Fire Graphics. Oh my God, it's going to be a good show. It is going to be fun. And anyway, please check that out. Then at 6 p.m., our dear friend Christian Basil will have Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Please check that show out on all of his platforms. It is a great show if you have any love whatsoever of all things Doctor Who. And then at 8 p.m., Clever Tile Pending, I will be on with Brian Rodman of Memoirs of an Angel. We're going to talk about the progress of his Kickstarter. He's halfway through it. How suicidal is he? Let's find out. But no, he's doing a great job on that. And he just made his congratulations on making your first stretch goal last night. We'll talk about his next one that I believe he's announcing later today. Please check that out and give it some love if you haven't already. And even if not, just send him $1 and it's greatly appreciated. And or share his post on your page and let your other comic enjoying friends tap into something really awesome. But anyway, check out the Rising Tide Network. We have our own Facebook page that we're in the middle of updating. And we're going to have a snazzy new graphic soon, courtesy of the Lewis of the Stupid O'Clock crew. Was so happy. Everyone take care and stay creative. You too, Rick Bradley. Glad to have you here as always, my brother. Appreciate you so much. Trevor Hawkins, have a good day. You too, Trevor. Hope you have a great one. Willow Skylar says, have a good day, my friends. I'm around all day if you folks need to chat or vent. Darling, thank you so much. Mwah. Glad to have you here. Hope you have a great day too. And back in the cereal box, I know that about Cyborg. I hate that. But John, it's one of those things, Lord grant me the strength to change what I can, or what is it? The strength to change the patience to change what I can, the strength to let things slide, and the knowledge to hide the bodies. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I can never remember it. But anyway, there's a lot that I could be happier with too, but you know what? It's all funny books. Anyway, thank you for being here, John. Appreciate you so much. Really, I do. And all of you Nevermorians, you guys are fantastic. Thank you for your support of Amy Hale, who is now up to 210 subscribers, and I'm sure Amy appreciates you as much as I do, if not more. She's got a high bar to meet if she's going to pass me up in my admiration for you guys. You guys and gals do so much great stuff. You create comics, you create content for your YouTube and Facebook pages. You guys are amazing. I'm just trying to keep up with you guys. I just seriously am. Thank you to everyone who tuned into the show today. Appreciate you so much. And again, thank you to Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers. And if you want them to pick up your book, this could be the deciding factor. So talk to plasmafiregraphics.com. Also, Plasma Fire Graphics has a Facebook page. Great, great stuff. You will be happy. And it's very affordable too. Thank you to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for supporting this and many other fine, super fine shows. And thank you to Geek Insider for being the foundation of this show. We definitely appreciate you. And thank you, as always, to my Patreon subscribers. Oops, let's get to them. There they are, right there. And most of them have Patreon pages of their own. Please check them out. Take a screen capture and check out what they're offering. And for $1 a month minimum, you can get a mention in everything we produce from Rising Tide. You can also get views of my weekly blog called Every Blog Should Have a Title. Please check it out. We would love to have you. And we want to give a special shout out to what will be issue 3 of Comic Book Spectrum, coming this Thursday at 7 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, with myself, the Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman. And this week, we are going to talk about growing the comic book market, and your comments are invited. Please tune in. It's an hour of great conversation about comic books, and we welcome everyone and hope you all enjoy the show when you're there. So anyway, let's see. Let's get to where we need to be next. And one more comment. And back in Zero Box, Matt Ryan's Constantine is returning for the final season of Legends of Tomorrow. But DC's got to keep that boy busy. He is so good in that role. Anyway, he even looks like the guy. So anyway, please check us tomorrow on various shows on the Rising Tide network. Please check out Teresa Dunn's new interview show at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central on her page on Facebook. It is a glorious thing, and please let's support all the creative people here. All right. And please give a like to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please give a like to the Rising Tide Publications page and Kathy Jackson's books. Wherever you see this show, please give that page a like as a thank you to your host. And also please give the video itself a like, because it helps us overcome the algorithms, and we can get more people to look at your stuff. Okay. Be selfish, like this video, and please share it on your pages. We do appreciate that. And if you're watching us on YouTube on the Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications page, please give this a thumbs up if you would. If you enjoyed any part of this show, it just takes a second. And again, please subscribe to our broadcast channel and ring that bell for so you can be notified every time we put out another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore, Clever Title Pending, or Comic Book Spectrum, or any of the special broadcasting we're going to start doing soon. We're still in the scripting phase of that, but please check us out, and please support our mission of the Rising Tide. And let's see, what else have I got? I think that's it. So folks, we're going to go feed Cookie, and I know she appreciates it as much as I do. And everyone, just have a sensational Monday and see what you can do to make it good for someone else too while you're at, because that's what Rising Tide's about. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all. And we will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Clever Title Pending with very special guest Brian Rodman of Memoirs of an Angel and the Dastardly Dingoes podcast. And we'll be back Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. with another Nevermind the Furthermore. We expect to see you here. We also expect you, as always, to stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome, because that's just what you are. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you Wednesday on Nevermind the Furthermore. Take care, everyone. Have a great Monday for yourself and someone else.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.